So I just feed in my coffee to make sure you have a good liquid nitrogen level before every time before you do a long time imaging. Especially you want to make sure you have good liquid nitrogen level for high resolution imaging. So we have reviewed how to acquire bright field imaging, right? Using the TA software. Next, I'm going to tell you how to use the Relux software to acquire the imaging. So to acquire imaging, first open the column well. We got a search view, right? And then we can open the Relux software. So this is the acquisition view. Once we load the sample, it's asking me to define the file name, path where you want to save my data, and also the date. Whether you want to experiment A, I probably go for 10, 20. Okay, and also whether you want to include date in the folder, and also you want to you can custom your label. Say this is a silicon sample, and whether what kind of label you will want to include to your file name. You see, I do magnification, detector, time, date, and so. And then you can define the path you want to save your data. Okay, and then you say close. So once you acquire the data gonna automatically save to that folder. This is very convenient because for the TA we don't have that function, but we have this function in the Relux software. So for the open the current well, we then set up the camera. So here's the interface, right? We have this is like a toolbar. In the toolbar, you have different camera here. You have preview, and also you have acquire. You can define this as preview as well. You can do second preview.
Is it possible to make the view bigger so we can see the font better?
Sure. Let's say almost now.
It needs to be a little bigger.
Okay, let's go this way. Let me stop sharing here. Sharing. Let's see. Just a second. Let's change the setting to be 1. This way you probably can see. Just a second, I need to change the. Okay. I need to change this to here. Increase.
Okay, looks pretty good.
Okay, cool. So then we can set up you can change this view to acquire as well. You can do second preview. And also this is you can do acquire. You can set up acquire here. like you can set a preview is 1K by 1K, 1 second. You can set the first preview 5 trial by 5 trial, maybe 0.5 second. This is maybe 0.5 seconds one. And you can set up before you do the actual. You can set up the different parameter for your camera. And you can do echo. You can do 1 second, 1 frame. Again, it depends on how much count you get from your image, right? And here you can do a kind of a record video. So you can do series. If you set up continuous, it's gonna record video. It's gonna tell you can set up the time of here, and also you can set you can limit the frame rate, how much, like you're gonna do 100 frames per second, 25 frames. It's depend on you. You just said don't. It's gonna then frame rate gonna depend on your exposure time. And also you can break the beam when you pause the acquisition, or you can resume the view after acquisition. Okay, let's do a preview. We leave the screen. We do preview, 5 by 5 preview. This is your preview imaging. You can here is good function here. You can do rotation tool to give you rotation. You can draw here. You can rotate your image. This is pretty good. We don't have this function in the TI, but we have this function in the Relux. And you can read you might want to know the max count you got. So here's give you basic idea max count. This is a range. The max count is 2027. This is intensity. You can also draw 9. You can just draw 9. You can view. I guess you can from the properties. You can view the information here. Max is 2000, right? 2400. You can read your max count. So that means if you go for this is like 5 trial by 5 trial, right? If you go full 1K by 1K, and the same time, you see your max count. Your max count is gonna be 3000. If you down 4, you go 5.5 seconds again. Your max count is about 4000. Okay. So that means if you do we just go here. We can just take imaging. We can do acquire. We set up the acquisition time. That means the max count gonna go 8000. So we don't want to go beyond. Okay, probably 0.8 seconds is safe. We can just acquire image. So now we get the max count is almost 8000, but not beyond 8000. We get a pretty nice contrast here. You can go toolbar here, adjust contrast here. So basically, we go here first for the preview. If we go, so this is how we use the Relux to take image. It's very common. Also, you can record the video. You can go here in this recording. It's gonna record the video. If you move, you can record the video, right? And you stop view. And your data gonna be in your processing window here. If you open another window, this is your processing window. This is your image took, this is your video took. So if you make it smaller, go up, you can, this is sidebar, you got 21 frame. This is your frame recording. You can also set up the service, because for now it's continuous. You can also set auto stop. It's gonna stop at how many frame? You can go 500 frame. After reaching 500 frame, it's gonna stop the acquisition automatically. Or you can do secure. Secure means you're gonna do loop recording. You can like it's gonna if you set up the service side 500 frame, it's gonna keep most advanced, most recent 500 frame. And override the older frames. Okay. This is their so I guess I have already introduced this vlog software to you last time doing over STEM training. So I guess you only will get very familiar with this interface. So basically it's very convenient. And if you do some data processing, if you go to data prep to see your data, you can do save. So once the data across, automatically save here. Save, this is your side panel. You can set out the data. You can delete data. You can do adjust contrast. And also, if you right click properties, all the information are saved here, like all the parameters are saved here. You can do export the image, or you can do a draw line here. You can see the intensity here. You can just increase the width. And also, I think another thing is you can set up the position of two pick, and then give you pop-up distance, the width of the two. Okay. Also, you can do batch exportation of your file. You want to define the name. You want to do data bar, skill bar, and also you can select different type of file here. You just export. Yeah, the data bar is you get a choice, choose skill bar or data bar, and you can right click select item. You can select different item you want to include into your data bar. This is a very useful function, I think. Okay, and also you can apply some filtering for imaging. If you find that your safe imaging is a bit noise, that take a very noise imaging. You set up I probably do exposure time like 50 seconds, like 100, and then acquire imaging. So again, this imaging is very noisy, right? The signal to noise ratio is not that good. You can do some averaging. So, because now ability field definitely improve your signal to noise ratio. It's like a binning, but this binning is doing binning after you take imaging. So you go here. This is your kernel size is your binning pixel. So you can binning 3 pixel into 1 pixel. It's gonna average signal intensity in 3 pixel to 1 pixel. It's not the complete like a binning, but concepts like a binning. So it's gonna redistribute your signal. So you say, take a look at each pixel here. You say pixel here. This is 1 pixel, 2 pixel, and you say it's gonna. If you do pixel 5, it means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 4 by 4 pixel region. It's gonna calculate the intensity and then redistribute this intensity into count in addition pixel. So that means you see this in this 5 by 5 pixel region, you see they have very similar contracts. That's because to get a similar pixel or similar because this is because in this 5x5 region we average signal. You can decrease the, if you choose 3 pixel, you see, then only in 3x3 region you have a similar contrast. If you do 1 pixel, only 1 pixel region, 1 by 1 pixel, that means it's almost no bend and no enhance. It's like the original image, right? You do 3 pixel, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This in this 3x3 have a similar contrast. Okay, and then you see if you zoom out, you can see the right imaging, the right side imaging have more contrastly look more uniform. It's not gonna give you more contrast, but gonna averaging your contrast. Okay. Okay, next I'm gonna tell you how to do a dark field imaging. So this is a bright field. For the bright field, we use the objective lens to select the center spot. So what if I use if you want to do dark field imaging, we just use the same idea here, just use objective aperture to select the spot that's not on the center. First we need to go diffraction mode to get the diffraction. And then we get diffraction pattern, we see the diffraction line, this is your diffraction pattern. And you see so you need to choose a smaller objective aperture to select only one spot that's not a central spot. So we go at this position, we go here. So like here, I select these 2 spots. So that means the counter bright, we will see bright green, and then we can switch to the dark field imaging. You see some bright contrast, right? The bright contrast means the green, because we use the objective aperture select the 2 spots in a diffraction pattern, which means two orientation. So the bright spot, so this bright contrast means the green or which have the similar orientation as has the orientation indicated by that 2 spots. So, and then you can just leave the screen, use relax. You can go pay view. You can set up, just say set up 1K by 1K, you can pay view. You can say pay view. This is basically your dark field imaging. You see, this is a green. There's green there. This green is at that or space orientation. You see. Okay, then you can take imaging. For taking imaging for dark field imaging, we recommend you use a little bit longer exposure time. So this is the 500 millisecond, 5.5 second, probably go 2 seconds. Okay, this is 2 second imaging. You say you probably want to go. You can go more, or you can do frame combining. You can do 2 frames. You can do 3 frames. You can do 5 frames. Each frame 10 seconds. 2 seconds. You can do 10 seconds. Acquire another image. Here's status part has how much time it takes for acquisition. So this is your combined imaging into aux. You can select. Can go processing. You take a look at your imaging. This is the imaging you just acquire. You can increase the contrast. You can select different contrast. Okay. So this is your dark field imaging. You see here. This is the green. The screen is have that orientation. We just select. Same here. Okay, inverse contrast. Okay, this is how we take a dark field imaging. All right. You can lower the screen. You can use a little bit large aperture, like 50, and go to diffraction. You move the aperture position. You don't select the center one. And then you go here, you go leave the screen, go out of diffraction mode, the screen down first. First you check how image look like, okay? And then leave the screen, go to the acquisition view, and then do preview. This is the imaging. And set up there 2 seconds for 1 frame. Okay, this is your dark field imaging, how it looks like. Because this aperture is bigger, I use 51. So you can select more diffraction spot. That means more green with specific orientation on the display. You see more green is highlighted in the bright. Okay. And go to that. Take on my imaging. Okay, this one looks good. Okay. Any more questions? Any questions?
No.
Okay. So if no question, then you can take a practice. You can do a practice. So so basically you can go from set up the acquisition for bright field and the dark field imaging. Let's go 100. Yeah. Let me give you control to you. So Just a second. I need to change the view first. Let me change the view. Okay. Change the view to 2. Okay. 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 21. And then I need to reshare the screen. See the VNC. I don't see the VNC. Oh, interesting. Okay, let me close the VNC and reopen it. Connect. Okay. That's code. Okay. I need to reconnect my VNC, so just a second. Okay. Huh. The password is not good. So kind of right. Okay. I got my connection back. Oh. Okay. Okay. Can you request control right now?
Okay.
You got control, right?
I'm still waiting for approval.
Okay. This means... I don't see the option. Let me prove.
It said request wasn't accepted. Yeah, I'll request again.
Okay. Thanks. Oh, I see. Okay. You got it, control?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Let me show you something first. Okay. So here we go. So you might want to practice how to get a good dark field image, right? First, so this right now we get a bright field imaging. So you can set up the condition. I can switch the window for you if you want. This is a condition. Yeah, I can do the window switching. If you want to use the handle panel, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Let's first do alignment. Go through this alignment first. All right.
all right.
Let's first go through the direct alignment. So we find a sample. We put a sample to the center height.
So then we just wobble.
Yeah.
Then use the Z control to
Yes.
minimize the movement.
Okay. That's good. Good enough.
Okay. Before I do the eccentric, do I need to focus it first?
You need to push the eccentric focus first. You zero the defocus value. Right now you get zero defocus value here. And then you do the eccentric.
Does that usually reset the focus to what it was reset last time?
It's
0.
Yeah, basically reset your defocus value to 0.
Okay. So it changes the objective lens, right?
Yeah, it changed the objective lens strength.
That was based on whatever was reset before, right? Because you could always reset the or change the defocus to 0.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
So basically, if you look at here, R2, basically you can go, you can right click here. You can change your R2 is reset defocus. If you change your R2, it resets your defocus. So let's say you have like 100, you have some defocus value, right?
Yes.
You think this is your default value. This is your, if you think this, like for example, I don't want to go very rare defocus value to set as 0. Okay, if you find this is your right defocus value, and then you can just click R2, reset this value to 0.
Yeah.
So which is easy. And let me change back to blank screen. Okay.
Okay.
What's next?
All right. And then we could do the gun tilt.
Yeah. I can condense. So
we'll move to a spot that's not on the sample first.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll focus the beam.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably center it first with the beam shift.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for gun tilt. Gun tilt.
Yes.
For this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take a look.
We look at the screen right here, right?
Yeah, you look at the screen current. You find a max current. Because you see this is your gun length edge, right?
Yeah.
And you go another distance, find another edge, and you move to the center, right?
Yeah. Do you have to look for the edges, or just look for the brightest screen?
You can do both. I prefer if you are the low max, you can look at the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because you get a bright somewhere here.
Yeah, we could see the edges because it's mostly aligned already, right? So then it's easy.
Okay. This is center. Okay.
Okay. We could go to gun shift.
Mm-hmm. How do we go to gun shift?
Well, actually, we'll go to beam shift first because we'll go to spot size 9.
Okay, go spot size 9. Okay.
So I guess we could zoom out to see the spot if we can. But we try to center the. Okay, I guess we need to just concentrate the beam.
Okay. I will do everything for you.
Okay, we'll center that. Okay, got a gun shift. Change the spot size to 3. We'll also recenter that. We'll probably have to zoom out to find the spot. Then recenter that. And then for this one, does the magnification we use matter a lot or no?
It's not gonna matter a lot. So
is not so we could use any magnification or no?
Yeah, you probably need to use the magnification in the SA mode.
Okay. Then so we'll switch back to beam shift and spot size 9. And then we recenter that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go back to gun shift. Spot size 3. So in general, is it spot size 3 is usually the biggest you'll use because 1 and 2 is way too big?
Yeah, in general, spot size 3 is the biggest spot size we use. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, generally it's we don't go to spot size 1 because it's gonna too big and induce too much aberration.
Okay. And then we'll switch back to beam shift and spot size 9. Make sure it doesn't move too much. Okay. Looks pretty good. We'll shift back to gun shift. Spot size 3. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, and then I guess I'll hit done here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we'll switch back to spot size 5, what we were at. Okay, we're gonna center the aperture. So we'll do beam shift and get the beam in the center first. We'll spread out the beam. And we'll use the C2 aperture. Adjust to center this in the center. Okay. We'll condense the beam and just check both sides that it's a concentric circle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, looks pretty good. I'll hit adjust here. The beam looks pretty circular.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then at what mag do you think it would be good to check the condenser stick?
Like 100,000.
Okay. So it still looks pretty circular, so the condenser stick should be okay. Okay. Let's recenter the beam.
Click the beam shift.
Okay, and we'll spread it out.
You haven't do the beam tilt, right?
No.
Okay.
We need to do the. So well, actually, no, yeah. So bring it to focus. We'll do the beam tilt. Just bring the dots together. Look pretty close already.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll do PPXY.
Good.
Okay, done there. We'll spread out the beam. All right, so do all this. Okay. So we'll need to spread out the beam more. We're going to look for the sample do rotation center here.
How do we find a sample?
We're going to have to decrease the mag to find it first.
Oh, yeah, because we save the stage position for the sample, right? You can just go stage position 3 and say go to. Go. Did you hit a go?
Let's see.
Okay.
It should be. The blue is on the here. Maybe we're zoomed in too much. We can't see yours.
Okay.
It's just a little off. Okay. Okay. Let's zoom in over here. Okay, and then we'll hit rotation center. Okay, looks like it's good. Okay, and then if we want to, so this is basically the alignment's done now.
Yep.
And then you want me to go over dark field imaging or just
bright field first?
Okay.
And also it's good to, once you get a good alignment, you can go click here, so update, you're gonna update this alignment.
Okay.
So once you're done alignment, you're gonna save a good alignment first. Save a good factor assessor.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, and then all right, so let's switch over to we'll switch over to take a picture.
Okay, cool. Which software you want to use? Velox?
Let's use Velox.
Okay.
All right, so then we'll lift the screen.
So in the Velox, in the detect layout here, you can leave the screen. Push it.
Screen.
Yeah.
Also yours. It's already up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it goes straight to the setup. Okay. I'll just hit play here. So maximum's 400.
This is good.
So let's see the camera settings. So if we want to go 8,000.
You don't want to go over 8,000.
Yeah, so we'll go close. This will get it to about 1,000. And then this will be 2,000. So we're at 2,000. So every second's about 1,000. So we go 3. Oops, not 8. 8's too high. We can't make this 6.
You can type in. Type in.
Oops.
Okay.
Is it typing twice? Okay, so 6.
Maybe too long. Just 3 to 6 seconds exposure. You can adjust the contrast here, because adjust the contrast image. You can bring. Let me do it. to the normal range. Yeah. Okay, it's your turn now.
Okay. That should be enough, I guess. I guess we just have to focus the image.
Okay. Let me know when you feel focus is good. When you do focusing, because you know now your exposure time is 6 seconds, I cannot do
Oh,
that.
it's so slow, right?
Yeah. Maybe 1 second or 500 milliseconds.
So about there. Okay. Let's see the camera settings for 2 seconds. Let's see, it's 1,000 or 50 or 500.
1,000 right now.
Well, this would be 4,000. 4,000 should be fine. I'll just take it.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay.
Then you can do a dark field imaging.
Okay. We'll put down the screen. Then when you take the picture, this is frozen, right? So it's not active.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll switch screens back. Okay. We'll go into diffraction mode.
Go to the diffraction mode.
Yeah, go to diffraction mode. So bright, so do we adjust the adjust the brightness knob or the focus knob?
Adjust brightness. So this is because your flow count. So change to natural mode. Right now in the manual mode. Yeah.
Okay. So just adjust the focus the image using either the intensity or the focus knob.
Yeah, let me do focusing.
Okay. I'll throw in the objective aperture. 250. Right, it's already in position. It doesn't have the transmitted beam there. All right, then we could press the diffraction button to go back to imaging. Okay, we'll switch to VLOX. Okay, you hit play, and then we try and see. We'll take a picture. Let's see how that goes.
For more contrast. Actually, it's good. But we can increase a little bit contrast by using intensity knob. Okay, let's take a look at the image now.
Okay.
Look at it.
What do you mean by an intensity log?
Intensity knob in the hand panel.
Okay.
Condense being a little bit, right? You take a look at your I can go increase the intensity. Okay. Oh, let's go take another image. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your dark field image.
All right.
Cool. Okay. You go through order. You go through bright field and dark field, and also alignment. So I guess this afternoon we're gonna take a look at the high resolution imaging. We're gonna take a look at the two materials, silicon and STO. They both have very strong diffraction. And also I'm gonna tell you a little bit, because if you do high resolution imaging, we have to tilt the sample to the zone axis. I'm gonna show you some tricks to how to use kick switch pattern to tilt the sample to the zone axis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then also, can we briefly go over? I know usually when you do high resolution, sometimes there's some drifting. Are we gonna go over how the drift correction works for that as well?
Yeah, we're gonna do DCFI to remove the drifting. So yeah, definitely we can go through that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're back at the 2 this session.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. See you in a little bit.